Welcome to another Baby Theater. Today, we're going to be talking about pirates. Not just the good old pirates, but like buccaneer pirates, pirates with a ship, skull and crossbones, right? Yeah. So, we're going to be talking about Captain One Hand. Now, it's not that he doesn't have two hands, because he does. But one hand is just a typical hand, looks like something like this. The other hand is a bear claw, and it's got long nails, and it's furry, and he's got little padding, like little paw beans. Little beans, yeah. Little beans. Yeah. He was sailing on the ocean with his crew. He's got a crew. Old Jimmy Bean is one of his crew members. They call him Jimmy Bean because he's about the size of a bean. And then they kind of call him Jimmy because they forgot Jiminy Cricket and they thought it was Jimmy Cricket. It's like, Jimmy Cricket, yeah. Jimmy Bean, that's you. Yeah. And so Jimmy Bean, he's one of the crew members. Then you have Tall Sam. Tall Sam is just kind of tall. That's why they call him that. And then you have Joel Ergen. That's just his name. They couldn't figure out anything for him. It's just like Joel Ergen's weird enough, And then they had David Swallow, and David Swallow, he was like a bird. He was an actual swallow, but they called him David, so they David Swallow. Then you got Ronald Jurgis. It was kind of, sometimes they just don't make their names for him. It's just Ronald Jurgis. Although, he does kind of look like old McDonald, who had a farm. He does kind of look like old McDonald. Yeah, that's probably not good for you. Yeah, just trash that, huh? Yeah. Yeah. So then, you got Churgan Durgan. And Churgan Durgan, they just thought it was a funny name. Yeah? I thought it was a funny name. So anyway, they're sailing on the ship. There's a few other members, but I think one was Carl Sage. He was like, he ate a lot of sage one time, and they were like, you're not supposed to eat it. But he did anyway. So I call him Carl Sage. Then there's Rick Jeffrey. It has two names because they were like, they couldn't just land on one. Then you have Kim. They call him Kim. He doesn't have a last name. Then you have Turtle Man. Well, actually, he wasn't even part of the crew. Yeah, Turtle Man. He was actually who the ship landed on. Because there's like this Turtle Man Island, and they landed on it. And the Turtle Man came out, and he was like, "Yar, she boos." And everybody's like, "What are you talking about, dude?" He was the only one to talk like an actual pirate. Oh, you want the Baba? Okay, Baba. Okay, Baba, here we go, Baba. Oh, you're good. There, Baba. Okay, yeah, Baba. So Turtle Man's like, "Yar, ha ha ha, ye be pirates." And they're like, "No, we're actually just pirates, man. We're not, we be pirates, We're not like, yar, 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 And he said, "Ha ha ha, I see you on the high seas." And they're like, "Well, it is the high seas, but you wouldn't want to go on the low seas, Because if you went on the low seas, you'd probably get stuck on a rock, like Titanic, you know? So what they did was they were like, okay, turtle, tell us what you need from us. Because we're here, you know, might as well help you out. And we can maybe get some doubloons from you, right? Oh, yeah, you go. Baba. Yeah, Baba. Yeah. And he says, well, yeah, me mateys and me, we go down to the bowling hall and we bowl up a storm and it's real loud there and the neighbors complain because we're bowling too loud. So I need to find a way to soundproof it. So the pirates were like, oh gosh, this again, you know? Like, this is such a common mission, you know? It's such a common quest. You know? It's such a common quest, right? And so, you know, they're like, okay, well, easy pickings. So they go and they murder all the neighbors. And they put their houses up as ghost haunted sites, and they said ghosts kill them all. Pretty easy stuff. Now, everyone within a 20-mile radius of the Turtle Island Bowling Club is murdered with their heads lopped off, and they put like black goop over their eyes so that they could see. That everybody could see that it was a ghost that did it, you know. Who's that? Is that Miles? Hi. Yeah, so you put a black goop drain down. And that way, what would happen is all the people are like, oh, it's definitely haunted. It's very haunted, you know. Oh, it's very haunted. So haunted that, you know, we can't come within a 20-mile radius of the bowling club. So of course, Turtle Man, you know, when he heard about it, he says, but oh no, my bowling club lived within the 20-mile radius. So the Turtle Club man was like, no, bowling, I need it. So then the pirates are like, oh, well, you didn't say that part. You probably should have said that, you know. So the people that were complaining about the bowling ball being done were part of his bowling club the whole time. So really, he just had poor communication because really he should have talked to his friends, and he should have got to the point where he would say, you know, let's talk about it and all that, right? Yeah, he should talk about it, talk it out. But instead, he said, oh, I want somebody else to talk to my friends for me and communicate for me. But really, that's one of the biggest important things, is to have communication, you know? So, anyway, Turtle Club, man. Baba again. Okay, there you go. Baba time. So, then, the Turtle Club man, he says, well, now you guys have to be my bowling partners. They begrudgingly accept, and now they're bowling, and, you know, they go up against, like, competing islands in the bowling tournaments, right? And so the bowling just keeps going and going. And, you know, it's kind of crazy. They start getting really good at bowling. And they start, like, beating teams left and right. It's like a squad at that point. So then they're in the playoffs now. And they're in the playoffs. Oh, there's a bowl. It's 10 points. Then they bowl again. 20 points. Then they bowl again. 30 points. And their you know, enemies, the bowling nemesis, they're like, 10 points, 20 points, 32 points. Oh no, it's so close. There's only a 2-point difference now. Now they got to make this because if they don't, it's over. You know, if they can't get the 2, then it's over, right? And they have one more bowling after that, and so they bowl again, and guess what they get? They get 7 points, right? So now they have 37 versus 32, and then the enemy bowler, they bowl. Guess what they get? Guess what they get? 6 points. They won by 1 point. 1 point! And, you know, the Turtle Man was like so disappointed and devastated, you know. And that was the playoffs, you know. If they would have won that, they would have gone on, you know, to the championships, right? So, clearly they didn't win. And they freaking lost. And but, you know, at the end of the day, they said, well, there's always next season. And that's what the Pirates said. And he goes, "Yar, your next season," you say, are you staying then, my friends? My mateys? And they said, yeah, we have to. You know, we kind of killed your bowling team, dude. It's the right thing to do, you know. Plus, you know, the championships can give us some big balloons. Big balloons, doubloons. And then, what ended up happening is they were ready for next year, but it wasn't next year yet, you know. And so what happened was, one of the rival bowling teams, they actually set their house on fire in the island, and the house, it burned up the whole island almost. And there was one little section that didn't get harmed. It was like this local animal shelter that had, you know, a bunch of animals. They didn't get burnt down, you know, so that was good. But but everybody else, all the turtle team died in the fire. They just burnt up. And the worst part was, at the animal shelter, what happened was there wasn't anybody to buy all the pets, you know, and so they had to euthanize them. It was horrible. It was horrible. But that was the only local business left, you know. So. But I mean, they're still open, you know. They don't have any pets or anything, but they're still open, you know. Just waiting for some pets to get abducted off the streets, you know. No big deal. So, but now the animals are kind of starting to come back. So the animal shelter, it should be pretty full pretty soon, and they're gonna have to start euthanizing again. It's kind of a, you know, deadly cycle, you know. It's really sad, actually. But such is life, right? But yeah, you know, the animal shelter people, they basically eat all the cocoa nuts on the island. You know, and that's how they survive. But that's really their only job. You know, when that's their only job, that's your only job. You know. So I mean, when you don't have customers, you just collect animals off the streets and, you know, euthanize them. I mean, that's a job. You know. So, but yeah, fun times. Good old Pirates. Yarr.